Okay, so this lesson is primarily about pattern movement, and I've explained a little bit of it to you. These are the only few patterns that we really have to know. Is the S3AXL and the S4E for the long patterns, and the S3D and the S2C for the short patterns. Okay, here's 217 pentatonic fretboard, C, E, A, D, G, C, E, A, D, G. They're in long pattern fourths. Now, normal caged is encaged, but you can still go in fourths with short patterns. You can do that. Watch this. Let's go up here. Let's just do it in string shapes. The C string shapes 3, 4, 5. We skip the A string shape because we're not going to share that 5 with 5, 6. We're going to go to the G string shape 6, 7 root. Therefore, there's isolation. There's an isolation accidental there. It's a black note. It's A flat, and the key is C. All right, so they don't share. But guess what? The G cage right here needs this 7 as its leading tone. So this fret belongs to the G cage. The C cage is only this fret. There's the C cage. Here's the G cage. Okay, so the fourth of G is D. We're skipping the E cage. That's going up in caged, C-A-G-E-D, C-A-G-E-D string shapes. These bottom string shapes are the bottom string of the full cage. This is where the chords are. Here's the C chord, root 3, 5, C shape. Here's an A chord, 5 root 3, second inversion, root chord, A shape. Here's the G shape root, root shape root, root shape root, root 3, 5, root. Okay, we're going to skip the E and we're going to go to the D. The D box is here. You see how close they are. They are boom. They are borderline neighbors. Borderline neighbors. C and G. G is the fourth of C. C is the fifth of G. D is the fourth of G, and D is the fifth of G. G is the fourth of D is the fourth of the fifth of G. Okay, so it's going in fifths to the right. Fifth of C is G, fifth of G is D, but going to the left it's in fourths. Fourth of D is G, fourth of G is C. Okay, sorry about that little mix up. It just continues on from there. What's the fourth of D? The fifth of D rather is A. It's going to be our A box there. You know it. It's going to be bookend isolation. I mean, it's going to be like borderline neighbors. Right there, the A box. Fifth of D is A. The fourth of A is D. Going to the left, going fourth. One more. The A box. The fifth of A is E. The fifth of E. The fourth of E is A. So that would be one more box. There would be the E box. So you can do it in short patterns. These are short pattern boxes. They're tripentatonic. Here's E, A, and C right there. Here's the A box. A, D, E. That's tripentatonic right there. So in this box, in this A box, we have an A-shaped root, root 5-3. We have a D-shaped fourth, which is 4-6, and root D-shaped, root 4-6 right there, second inversion. Don't worry about the fact that the 4 is in reverse color, because this is a pentatonic fretboard. E is the fifth. The fifth is 5-7-2 in root numbers. So E shaped, 2-5-7 right there, second inversion E. Action fingers chord. Each of these boxes has that same quality. Here's your D box. Here's your tripentatonic. D box is a long box. It almost looks like the long pattern, but it's not. There's DGA, root-shaped D, D-shaped root rather, G-shaped fourth, 4-6 root, okay, 4-6 root, 4-6 root 4, and a A-shaped fifth, 2-5-7 right there, action fingers, A-shaped fifth. So this is the short boxes. These are the short boxes. Now the long boxes are also in fourths, but they have a little bit more isolation there. Okay, and that fret isn't unaccounted for. It's part of the tripentatonic of the A shape. So you got C goes to A. So the full 2-cage double string shape, I call them, goes 3-4-5-5-6 right there. And in that tripentatonic on that A, if we go to a D from there, we get this 4 right there. That goes past the C long string shape. Okay, so that's just a little background. Now there's a long and a short way to do this. If this is the fret nut, we can't reach these notes. We have to use a long pattern. So if this is the fret nut here, right here, we can't access the 3, the 6, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. So we have to use the long pattern. We can access the 3, the 6, the 2, the 5, the 7, and the 3. But the short pattern, C is the only pattern that you can do that with. Over here in the E pattern, where the fret nut's right here, all we get is root 5, 4 root right there, and these two notes. We can't access these ones that we need for the short pattern unless we're doing a pattern that's up a fret nut. You know, not a fret nut, but up one fret. So you can do that in F. Can't do it in E. E shape down here, you can't do it. You can do it in F. E shaped. Actually, it's an E shaped D flat down here on my guitar. It's a D flat because my guitar is tuned to C, E shaped C down here. So you can do the short patterns anywhere from fret 1 on up, but you can't start them from fret 0 unless you do a long pattern. So that's what it's all about, the long patterns, because you get a lot of freedom when you use these long patterns. You really do. You don't need it on C because you can do the entire C diatonic, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can do the long pattern with C. Starting on an S3 C here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, right? Now we want to just go into a long pattern for the fun of it. 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice that long patterns brought us into the A box. C goes to A encaged. C goes to A encaged. We ended on the E box, the A box. Top string was going to be an A shape on that long pattern.